everyone, and welcome back to St. James Gold Channel. We're sitting here once again with CEO George Drazanovic, who on the previous video dove into his background, his past, and his journey into the entrepreneurial world. But today, we wanted to dive deeper into the company itself. George, how are you doing? Are you ready to dive in today?
Hi, Michael. Doing well. Thank you.
Good, good. All right, so let's kick it off. Let's imagine I'm a stranger in an elevator. I'm curious about what you do, and I'm curious about St. James Gold. Give me the elevator pitch.
Michael, we just recently announced the Flooring Gold project. It's a 100% option in the Yukon. The Inford resource that we just announced is 2.5 million ounces of gold, and we're looking to drill the asset over the next 12 months and thereafter. We have a couple of properties in Newfoundland. They're more grassroots by nature, but they're very exciting, and they're adjacent to two of the largest majors in Newfoundland, which is Marathon Gold and Newfound Gold. So we're very excited. We believe we have a flagship property in the Yukon, but we also have a diversified portfolio of assets as well that we think we can add shareholder value with.
Okay, yeah. So you got some beautiful and a lot of potential in these properties in the Yukon. What really sets you apart, though? What would you tell somebody who's like, why St. James Gold?
So we have a 100% option on the Flooring Gold project. This is our flagship property. It's located in the Yukon within extensive gold mineralized tombstone intrusive rock complex that was formed about 90 million years ago. That's known as the Tintina Gold Belt. The project already has an inferred resource of 2.5 million ounces of gold, and we have encouraging geological, geochemical, and geophysical evidence that demonstrate gold mineralization remains open in all directions, both laterally and to depth. We're bracketed by Golden Predators Brewery Creek deposit about 35 kilometers to the west, and Victoria Gold's Eagle deposit by similar distance to the east. Of course, the latter being Canada's newest gold mine, slated to produce upwards of 200,000 ounces of gold per year for the next 10 years.
Okay.
The Flooring Gold project is nearly 2,000 acres in size, though less than 80 acres, that's 1% or less than 1% of the project's land package has actually been drill tested. Furthermore, we have geochemical, geophysical expressions that support the size of the target to be in excess of 10 cubic kilometers of host rock. To put that into perspective, Michael, the volume of the inferred resource of 2.5 million ounces of gold represents less than 1/10 of 1% of the overall target. To get to this 2.5 million ounce resource, less than 17,000 meters of drilling was completed in its totality. To put that into perspective, if you looked at every 1 million plus ounce gold resource in the Yukon, and perhaps beyond for that matter, regardless of category, that being inferred, indicated, etc., I think you would be hard pressed to find one asset or deposit that didn't have at least a few 100,000 meters drilled. So in short, Michael, the Flooring Gold project has an exceptionally high ounces of gold to meters drilled ratio, suggesting that it is still in its very infancy, particularly in the context of potential scope and size.
All right, yeah, that sounds really exciting. What comes next, though? Can you go into any more detail? You mentioned drilling, but what are the steps that are come next?
So, Michael, in relation to the Flooring Gold project, we are in the process of acquiring finance, and we just announced the capital raise this morning. It's going to be led by Canaccord Genuity, and we're looking to raise $6.5 million with the intent to drill 10,000 meters over the next 12 months. We will look to enhance the initial 2.5 million ounce inferred resource with step out drilling, thus extending the depth of the resource pit shell and potentially bring additional mineralization into the resource. In addition, as a result of geochemical work completed over the past few seasons, several high-grade targets have been identified, and we will look to drill test them over the coming seasons. Ultimately, we're hoping to unlock new discoveries on the mountain, our Flooring Gold project.
All right, George, can you tell us more about your share structure at St. James Gold?
Michael, we're in a very enviable situation. We have fewer than 17 million common shares outstanding. And on a fully diluted basis, we still have less than 20 million common shares outstanding. We're also fortunate to have a very strong shareholder base, many of whom have been shareholders of the company for a very long time. Going forward, this tight share structure allows us flexibility to raise capital without materially diluting our shareholder base.
Wonderful. Well, George, thanks for sharing the insight on the company. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you have any questions about any of the properties or any of the prospects, let us know. We'll be very happy to elaborate anything you guys need. And stay tuned for more exciting updates from us. George, thank you so much for coming on. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Michael.